Google will surprise you. We are about to unveil a personal communication and collaboration tool. Will be open sourced. And I want you to repeat after me. I am looking at what's possible in the browser. The work of two brothers and an amazing engineering team with them, Lars and Jens Rasmussen, same amazing people that did another magical app, Google Maps. Lars Rasmussen and Stephanie Hannon.
It's called Google Wave. It's a communication and collaborations tool that we're launching later in the year.
So what you are looking at is an HTML5 app that we built with the Google Web Toolkit.
Are you ready for the boat trip? It asked me for more users. I'll add Stephanie.
I love shopping. If this was email and I wanted to reply to the middle part of Lars's message, I would hit reply, the email client would copy the message, and I'd hand edit in the response. You never wake up early, which is true.
When I open it up, Stephanie's first message gets to highlight, and I can navigate the conversation with my keyboard and, of course, continue her thread here. You know me too well. You can also do instant messaging type conversations in Wave. Shiny. You must know a good store.
There is a new one over on George Street.
We transmit live almost character by character what I'm typing. We have this checkbox here. All you have to do is check it, and now no one can see what you're typing until you hit that done button. In the Wave model, all you have to do is make Jens a participant in the Wave like that.
Because I was added late, I didn't get to see Lars's message in one piece, a feature called playback. So I get to see Lars's original message. Lars asks Stephanie, Stephanie replies, Stephanie does an inline reply, and so on, and so on.
A private reply, and I'll add one down here at the bottom, and I'll say, let's buy Steph a really nice present. He sees that private reply. She doesn't see it. You can take any subtree of the Wave and restrict access to a subset of the participants. Attachments work in Wave like this. We can handle pretty much any amount of applause. And so here's the photo album. This is Captain Athena. Here's A Hard Life Down Under. This feature here of extracting images from a Wave and putting them in a new one is actually part of a very important design principle for us, namely that we care just as much about the product of a Wave as we do the Wave itself. All I have to do is add Bloggy to the Wave.
We're not just embedding the images, we're actually embedding the whole Wave. Hey, that looks fun. Why wasn't I invited?
I can answer it from in here. I don't have to go to the blog.
So we invited some of our colleagues from Brazil and India to Sydney who work on one of our social networks called Orchid. So here's my Orchid account, and you can see there's a Wave panel in the middle. Search for all my waves from Yoon. So that's Waves embedded in Orchid.
Waves on your mobile device. And I was going to show you how well it works communicating from mobile devices to the desktop. But you guys are all on Facebook, aren't you? Because I can't get on the wireless. The same open Wave we saw before. You see the pretty pictures here. Kayaks, Beer Man. And thank you. Oh,
and as you notice, the captions are updating on the blog.
And even though this is Stephanie's message, I can click that same edit button and change this.
If I open it, I see the markups. So I see the changes that Lars made.
Thank you.
Playback is my friend again. So I see Stephanie's original message, she adds Lars, and then I get to see Lars's edits.
We chose to think of that opening message more like a document we're collaborating about. It's got headlines, it's got bullet points, it's got illustrations, different types of fonts, and then it's interrupted by these little snippets of conversation. People don't even come to the meeting, they just open up the Wave, see the notes being taken, they just pop their questions in the Wave, and so on. Stephen grudgingly adds another paragraph, and we're planning a bunch of power tools that come with playback. For example, I might ask it only to play back Stephanie's contributions. Widget here that lets you hide and show sub-discussions. We let you extract the current version of any message in a tree into a fresh Wave. I know it's a long demo, thank you. Don't be shy if you like it. There's a whole bunch of people in blue shirts working feverishly over there. Let more than one person edit the same message at the same time. Google.
Lars in the lead.
Smiley. David.
Through hiking.
Kapow. Thank you. We have 4 people now editing the same document right next to each other. It supports right-to-left languages. This is Ophir speaking in Hebrew. Stretch.
Any stretching?
Stretch a little. Hug the person next to you.
You have just as much incentive to put a great tag on a wave as a great subject. But the most powerful way to organize waves is with waves themselves. Let me open a wave we used to organize this demo. You can see it has links to other waves in it, and you can combine them in sections, formatting, you can discuss them. Just like my inbox, when a wave matches this search, it will pop into the panel.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count to 3, then I'm going to hit the E, and you guys can count how many seconds it takes before it shows up in Stephanie's browser. 1, 2, 3. You guys want to see that again? Hey, Stephanie, can you open up that wave for me?
All right, let me go over there.
Backspace. E, backspace, E, backspace, E, backspace, E, backspace. We call that the wave dance. Extensions. The reasons you guys came here. Your extensions will live as first-class citizens inside Wave. It's similar, actually, to how browsers like Firefox let you extend them. So our spell checker actually takes the context of the word into account. Can I have some bean soup? It puts a red underline, and it knows that I meant bean soup. So good at spell checking that often it has enough confidence that we let it automatically correct my error. So let me show you that again. Ickland is an Ickland. I love Google.com. It immediately puts an underline, .a, ooh, that's not a link, .u, now it's a link again.
And we intended for this to be a collaborative game so we could solve the puzzle together, but somehow it turned competitive. How well playback works with gadgets. So if I go into playback and I click forward, you can actually step through the whole game.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Thank you. To embed the video right inside my wave. So Stephanie showed you a bunch of gadgets. They're all client-side extensions. New Poll is just a new wave, but with a special robot that comes from an extension that you guys could build called Polly the Pollster. The really cool thing about having forms in waves is that you can fill them out collaboratively. She fills in a results section in that same wave here, and then she sends out fresh waves with the questions we specified to all the recipients we specified, and Stephanie is one of them.
So I'm going to answer the poll that Star Trek's my favorite.
And you'll see that Polly updates the results live in the admin wave.
Click the install button, and you can see over here there's a new drop-down menu, and I have the option to create a new twave. Each of these avatars, they're not necessarily wave users. Through our APIs, you can be a proxy for contacts on a different system.
Stephanie's wave reply and tweeted it. Thank you.
So I'm going to start a new twave.
You're going to search for Google Wave now?
I'm going to do it.
How brave is that?
I'm not afraid.
You can have Tweety continuously search over on Twitter and update the wave as they come, so you can use them like Twitter alerts. Imagine 2 separate wave systems. One is the one Google has built that you've been looking at all morning. The other one is from Acme Wave, and I'm going to add her to the wave. And so even though Steph and I have accounts on different wave systems, you still get that live character-by-character interaction.
So I go back to Acme Wave, and I'm going to make a private reply, just like you saw earlier in the demo. But I'm going to add everyone except Lars.
We think the world will be a much better place if this is an open system that everyone can build wave services with it. I'll add my all-time favorite robot called Rosie. Rosie is a robot that very kindly translates what I'm typing. Hello, world. What do you think of this demo? Check it out, build cool stuff, surprise us. I just can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you very much.